Hey VV Nation, Glenn Tompkins here, senior instructor on our YouTube channel. Glad to be here, glad to have you here. And today's topic is a very pertinent one because I've gotten this question asked on more than one occasion. Is it time to buy gold? Now, if you want a definite, unbiased answer, this is a good place for you to be to get a better understanding of what moves gold and if it's the right time to be in gold. You know something? A lot of people have made a lot of money in gold plays, but you ever heard it's sometimes a bad time to be in a good play? All right, so gold, what things move gold, right? You look at interest rates, you look at inflation, you look at the dollar's the big picture here, that moves gold. But you know something? Let's get into some stories that I have. What's going on with gold? Is gold a worthy investment? Understanding why gold is, the gold standard is so shaky, what actually makes gold valuable? As of 2013, gold prices were about $1,300 per troy price. This is high compared to most decades, although the price is actually much higher just 2 years ago. What drives gold prices in today's market is a fact. Most of it is held by investors as a security. And there's a lot of people out there who have packed on a lot of gold, physical gold. Unlike a stock, gold cannot pay dividends. It can be sold at a higher price for a profit, but it can also lose value. And a lot of people who are holding on to their gold are seeing that gold is losing value right now, but they're still waiting for the long term that gold will go up. Now, how about this? What the hell is going on? And the answer here says, not a lot is the short answer to the question, what's going on with gold. After a strong run cleared the former highs of 2011, gold is now going through a healthy retracement. So this is not abnormal of what we're going through for those of you who are holding gold, but if I'm trying to look at gold for the long term, am I really ready to put on a gold play or hold some gold right now? That is totally up to you. This article says our gold forecast for 2022 is well above current levels. So this is pushing that gold could move higher, but you need to time it. All right. You don't want to be in a situation where you're buying into a commodity or a stock that's losing you money at the beginning in hopes that it will rise up. Why not time it? Now, a lot of people will say, why wouldn't you want to buy it low? I don't mind buying low because the whole idea is to buy low and sell high. But how low is low? And could it go lower? And if that's the case, do you still want to hold on to this while it's going lower and then say that, well, you know, I'll buy more as it goes down? That's what we call catching a falling knife, because you don't know how low is, and you could be putting yourself or setting yourself up for a losing proposition in hopes that it will go higher. But go higher when? How about this? With today's activity, gold regained some ground as U.S. yields dollar take a breather. So just like the market is going down, gold is going down, at some point in time, will you get bounces? Absolutely. But does that dictate that it's a good time to buy gold? And this is the big thing. Gold prices and the U.S. dollar movement. Given that gold prices have traded in U.S. dollars, you might wonder how a movement of one affects the other. The most common understanding of this relationship is the stronger the value of the U.S. dollar, the lower the price of gold. Now, many of you, most of you already know that, but many of you don't know that, and that direct correlation is the key to being able to know when to time getting into gold. Now, I know that this is a video. How many of you are currently trading gold right now? Just type the word gold in the comments. I'm curious to see, because we have a lot of speculators out there. As I mentioned, a lot of people have made a lot of money on gold plays, and they could do it again. I'm not discounting that. It could happen, but you need to know when the time to get into gold, and I'm going to address that right now. What makes the dollar go up? The dollar goes up when we have a couple of things going on. With high inflation and rising interest rates, the dollar is getting stronger because people are more moving over to the bond market more so than the stock market. The whole stock market is a balance between the stock market and the bond market. Well, if interest yields are going higher, then that's going to make the dollar a little stronger. What else happens? Shrinking economies. As we start to raise our interest rates to try to affect inflation, economies shrink. What else? Global currencies. Patrick did a great midday market yesterday. You need to go check that out if you haven't, talking about currencies. And when currencies get affected globally, I can affect our dollar to the upside as well. So strong dollar means that gold is on the decline. Let's go put this into perspective. I've got what we call a performance graph, and it's looking at the dollar in white, and this is over the last 1 month. Let's go put this on the last 3 months. All right, now we're looking at the last 3 months. Here's the dollar rising as we get into this high inflationary state, and as we start to tackle inflation by raising interest rates, the dollar's getting stronger. What's on the other side? Gold, in this case GLD, is going lower. With today's bounce, gold has a bounce, the dollar has a little bit of a pullback, but definitely a big disparity between the two. And this is what I want you to look for when it comes time to think about getting into gold. Let's see if we can start to see the dollar fall, and we got to get to see the gold start to go up. Those could be your opportunities to get into gold. Right now, one day doesn't make a trend. Let's go see if we can see not alligator jaws opening up like this, but let's go see if we can see a convergence between the dollar falling and gold rising. All right, so now let's go take this a step further. If I were looking into gold plays, what would I be looking for? So we're going to go to the viewers tab. I've created a watch list of big cap gold stocks for you to keep your eyes on. Now notice today, as I record this video, all 9 out of the 10 stocks that are in here are on the rise, with the big mover being Harmony Gold, up almost 11% today. All of the other ones, with the exception of the Huey, which is looking at the gold bugs, are all up today. Does that mean it's okay to buy? Well, let's take a look at a couple of things. One, all of these stocks are a sell or a hold because gold has been beaten up. Number two, we have an indicator that lets us know when a stock is in an uptrend called RT, or relative timing. It is cast on a scale between 0 and 2. Above 1, the stock would be in an uptrend. Notice that none of these are in an uptrend. The closest one right now is KGC at 0.91. Not quite there yet, and it's a hold recommendation, and it's up 3.5% as I record this video. So some of the biggest stocks that are out there in this space, notice that RV and RSs for all of them are still all below 1. Notice that RV, though, is getting very close to the value of 1, which shows that these stocks are getting close to have good opportunity to outperform the market, but not quite yet. Let's go over and look at the average volume. These are very heavily traded gold stocks, and they do have a market cap, let's move that over, about $30 billion combined. So these are liquid stocks that have great average volume. These are good stocks to take a look at. But now, let's talk about putting all of these on a graph together to get a better understanding of when it's the right time to get in. I'm going to go back to the graphs, and I put all of these stocks onto a performance graph so I can look at all of them on an equal playing field. Their performance over the last 3 months. Now, start off with the VectorVest composite, which we look at for the market, definitely falling. Now, let's go start off putting some of these stocks up here. GLD. Ooh, rising with the market when the market's rising, falling when the market's falling. Look at the bounce, but still below the value of the VectorVest composite. Let's put on the gold bugs, below the VectorVest composite. So overall, as I'm looking at these stocks, Harmony, nice bounce today, but still below the value of the VectorVest composite. And as I put all of these, let's go see Which one would be the higher probability? Now this looks like spaghetti, I know. Let's go see which got the highest possibility to outperform the VectorVest composite, which tracks over 9,000 stocks. And right now it looks at, what is this? This looks like GLD. GLD is the closest to the VectorVest composite, even though it's below. What am I looking for? I'm looking for any of these stocks that are in this watch list to get above the VectorVest composite. That would be a good opportunity to think about getting into the stock. Now, let's go put on GLD again on a graph all by itself, GLD. Now, do we have opportunities for these stocks to rise? Absolutely. Look at GLD over the last 3 months. What are we in? A downtrend. Not only that, look at the 3 and the 8 exponential moving averages on them. How about if you're going to play gold short term, play the bounces off support, get out at resistance. Boom. Look at that. Bounce off support. Not very much of a rebound coming here. Look at this. We just recently went through a level on GLD of support of 157.53 and still moving lower. Let's take off some of the other indicators that I have here, the MACD, the DPO, and there's volume. Folks, is it time to buy gold yet? Let the market come to you. Now, if I'm looking at GLD and I can look at any of these stocks on the same basis, let's go see if they can start to have the 3 exponential moving average bounce above the 8. Will you get short-term plays? Absolutely, as I've shown here. You have them. But is a good long-term play right now? The answer to that question probably is no. So given all of that information, I've got you a watch list of stocks to keep your eyes on, but look at that direct correlation between the dollar and the gold plays before you decide to take any of these long-term. But again, look at any of these stocks on a graph, look at their bounces off support to give you short-term plays. But that's where we stand right now. Long term, I still don't think it's a good time to be in gold. But do you have buying opportunities? Absolutely. But you need to know to take your profits when you can. Folks, we've got a lot of videos on our channel of topics that are pertinent in today's market. I invite you to go take a look at it, support the channel. We're here to support you, to help you guys make better decisions in the stocks that you buy and sell and what's going on in the market. So folks, until the next time this video is over, see ya. I want to invite you to our next upcoming big event, the Stock Market Masterclass. Folks, if you're wanting to learn how to take your investing to the next level, this is the place to be. September 30th, 2022. It's free and it can be a life-changing way for you to learn how to invest in the market and again, bump you up to the next level. Go to www.vectorvest.com/masterclass.